This is Greg Newsom. I just wanted you to see what you're going to have here for Module 3 and Module 4 as far as a checklist. I have not completely configured out everything that is going to be on here, but basically you will have a copy of this, and the people that are helping you, whether they're developers, graphic designers, etc., they will have a copy of this. And just so you can see here that I really have not finished this, I'm just putting things in here, but basically this is going to be, say, probably 100 things for Module 3, and then Module 4 will be a little bit different. And what I want you to really grasp as an understanding here is that Module 3, you're going to be working one-on-one. It's going to be either one of my employees that's helping you, depending on what exactly your, say, your niche and product is. That's going to let me know to assign somebody internally or assign one of the people I work with for many years, a bunch of them over to help you all out, to make sure I have the best persons for you, and also that I don't disrupt my own businesses and stuff, and I want to make sure I don't overload people, so I have to balance things out. So what you really want to know in Module 3 is, this is really, even though you can, of course, communicate with the people, but this is really just screen capture this, please, if you will. This is going to be just them setting up everything from your Shopify to all your Google stuff, the feeds, any applications, and this stuff right here where we get into where we make your business email, set up your business cards. Well, but what you'll use is your business email address. Just make sure you have this all screen captured, because these two things right here alone, setting up this email and configuring your DNS and all that, if you have this on your recording, it'll save you a lot of money in the future of having to not have a Google hire a Shopify expert. So anyways, they're going to be able to go through, and I just want you to watch them do all this, but you want to make sure you have as much as possible of this information here as far as your LLC, business address, business phone. That can be added later. Just know that before you're able to have the suppliers work with you, they are going to be looking to make sure you have an LLC. That's just how we do business. We check on them, they check on us. So you want to make sure you have all the stuff set up, including your banking information. They will go through all these things, and like I say, right now I really don't have the full set of what I'm going to give them, but it's going to be probably at least 100 items, and it's really just a matter I'm not trying to nag on them on anything, but it's a matter of making sure that they have something to go by, and then you have your own information of what they are doing. Since maybe you're not going to know, pay attention to what they are doing, because they're going to have the same list of things to go by. Now, what I want you to know as a difference, though, is in Module 4. This is where you're probably going to be working with someone who's he's going to be a Shopify expert, but he's also going to be a graphic designer. So depending on what product you're going to be selling and what niche and what products maybe, you want to be able to have your colors just right. They're going to know that better than I am. That's why I hire them. Graphic artists, they know what they're doing on that type of stuff. But this is going to be your module where I want you to be able to fully interact with them. You may want some things different than they do. I want them to be able to configure, say, Google Analytics. I think it's called Google Analytics 4 now. but they're going to be setting up as much as they can without, say, triggering Google to look at your store and say they're using demo products, shut them down, or they actually suspend you. They don't shut you down. But they're going to do as much as possible. So actually the very last stage, once you get your suppliers and you start getting your products loaded, that's your content management. That's going to be up to you to be doing that. Or maybe you'll dish that out to somebody on your team or hire somebody from Fiverr that's going to be doing that type of stuff. That's where we remove the demo store that we installed in Module 3 so you can see how that works. Module 3, really a big focus on that is to make sure you have the pages and all that stuff down pat. And understand in Module 3, coming back up here, the main pages, of course, are gaming, the about us, all that type of stuff like that. For that, you're going to want to put in there yourself. You're going to put in there, this is a demo store. And then also in the products, you kind of list that this is a demo store. Otherwise, people will try to buy it, believe it or not. Whether or not you release that area that makes your IP visible to the internet, that's going to be your choice. The domain purchasing that you'll do, that'll be during Module 3. And also we put on sort of our SEO sort of tweaked out theme on top of Shopify theme. So there's going to be all kinds of things on here that if you want to down the road, cross sells, all that type of stuff, ask them about that. I'm gonna have that listed here as something. Show them, where that works. Show them how this works on the cell phone. That type of stuff. I want you to see all that. Just know that with the type of products we're going to be selling, you may have them looking at your store on cell phone, but most likely they'll go back to their office or home before they're going to make a purchase because we're selling, high ticket items. But the crossover period was somewhere around 2015, I would say, as far as mobile became more than cell. And so it's kind of nice that Shopify uses, number one, they use Liquid, which is sort of the most secure of all the different programming. You go from Liquid to PHP to Python, and you work your way down to JavaScript. You're going to find out in most every store, every place, every website, just about on the internet is made out of JavaScript. Well, hackers know how to do that, and it takes very little skills to be able to do that, to hack that. So by having Shopify using Liquid, that alone sort of makes them go away. Okay, just keep that in mind. But we will be setting up then your apps, which would be the basic ones are going to be your backup, which backs up daily. And it's no big deal. You're able to restore if needed, but that's no big deal. There'll be a few others they'll set up dealing with the feed going over to the Merchant Center and to the Google Ads and Google Analytics, and then all the stuff that needs to be set up. But they will know exactly, don't enable this. Don't, otherwise it'll make the Google Ads become live against your demo store. We don't want that. We definitely want them to be using the Google Shopping as far as one of the buckets in Google Ads once we get that set up for you. So Module 3 is really, I'm doing this for y'all's sake because it'll save you a lot of headaches in the future. To have a one-on-one person who knows this stuff forwards and backwards like I do. Okay, they do this stuff every day, whether they're internal or external. So in Module 3, again, they're going to have this list here. It may be over 100 items. I haven't even figured. I'm in the process right now. I've started going writing down all these things. But Module 3, I just want you to be able to work with them. My estimate is that that's going to be probably about 4 hours of your time and their time. That's my guess right now. Maybe less, maybe more. Really, if it's more, that's fine with me. I'm paying for it, out of the money you paid for the course, plus my own money. Module 4, this is where you get to go crazy. When I say that, as far as, you get to set things up the way you want it. They will have the colors recommended for you that they pick, that they know are going to sell. As far as setting up things like this, two-step verification, that really is going to be up to you. The chat box interaction with your cell phone, this is kind of interesting because this is actually an area right now that AI is working on, trying to get this to where this becomes a norm, where it's a whole lot better even than now. And it's kind of interesting. But right now, you'll probably be having some minor interaction with that. And that's basically they'll be typing something into the chat box, and it sends a message to your phone. And you just talk back, and it translates your voice into text and responds to them. They will be surprised. First time I came across that, I said, I think I'm talking with a human, not a dumb AI or chat box. No, it was a human. Okay, so Module 4, I have no idea how many numbers that is. Just know that session probably is going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. That's going to be you just working one-on-one, and that's going to be with someone who, even though they maybe call themselves a graphic designer or a developer, they're going to know both of them. And if anything, you want to get as much done as possible here. Anything that does not completely let you do your store, and that will be because you need the supplier and you need to have their products in there before we have Google ads completely set up, or they'll shut us down. So that really comes down to probably just a few minor steps that I myself will be working, to set up and turn on for you basically. What is going to happen is after both Module 3 and Module 4, and this is not my sort of checking on them to say they did something wrong. I just come along behind them and yourself, and they'll show you the area where you have to enable them to have them be able to get into your store, and me too. But basically, I just come along behind Module 3 and then Module 4 to make sure that everything that we know needs to be done is not skipped. They may accidentally skip something, and that would be the only reason. It would definitely not be on purpose. This part here, I list here this part about my own setting up. Tanner Larson, he's the one who tweaked out Shopify thousands of times, but he has probably, I'd say it'll take me 30 minutes to do each of your stores. No big deal to me. But there are different things with the chat box, with the checkout. He's been able to sort of tweak every little thing you can imagine on Shopify. But there definitely are some settings and different things that I'll be setting up, and I don't think they'll interfere with anything that you're going to have set up. So you're going to have as much of Google Ads and Merchant Center as possible set up from Module 3 and Module 4. And this checklist, both you and the person that helps you, they'll have the identical list. And I'm not saying for you to go by here and check off every little thing, but I will when I come back through here. And if there's any need to have them come revisit, they will do so. That's the advantage of being the owner of the company. I get to send them back. But they know the stuff. Most people helping you, they're going to have 20, 25 years expert in whatever they're doing, programming or whatever it is. It's kind of amazing to see what they do. That's why I say use a screen capturing device so you're able to record this just like I'm doing right now. And it'll come in handy when you say, get around to saying store number 2 or 3. So you're going to end up with your store number 1 set up other than, the items your supplier has you install. That's going to be up to you to be doing that. And you maybe want to make sure you have the best pictures for whatever it is you have. Because what's going to happen is the Google Shopping, when someone goes to, let me see if I can bring it up even. When someone goes to, I'm showing myself stuff here. Let's see, Google. Let's see. When someone goes to Google, let me just type it in real quick for you. Google. Let's just go here. Sorry for beginning. Let's go to Google. When someone goes to Google, this is the area shopping. This is text. This is called ROAS, return on ad spend, by the way. Anybody that's putting stuff in here is return on ad spend, unless they've just indexed it and pulled you up. But in general, your stuff's going to come in here under whatever shopping. And so by using the theme that they're going to put on, it's sort of SEO enabled. And so what's going to happen, let me just pull up anything. Let's just pull up laptops. What's going to happen is your product is going to be not listed way over here. It's going to be listed right here. People are amazed. But it happens because of the way we've designed the theme that we put on top of that. And Neil Patel did help us with that, just so you know. As a matter of fact, he helped us with everything from designing, well, for pay for $100,000 a day. But anyways, it was worth the money. Just had 3 days of him helping myself and 1 or 2 others. And from that, we came up with the theme that works excellent. And then, of course, the way the products, you're going to have the Merchant Center and everything like that set up, Google Ads, everything's going to be set up. I'm telling you this because as an investor, if you want to sell this, they're going to know, and they're going to look at that and say, that's Greg Newsom's setup. And actually Neil Patel, but they're going to recognize it amongst, even if there's a bunch of other Shopify stores that are sold, they're going to pick the ones that they know are set up for tweaking. We're purposely going to keep the revenue at $50,000. It could go a whole lot higher than that per month. That's month 3, but that will return you $15,000 plus your ad spend back to you. So I do that on purpose because I know what, in general, they want to be spending on, let's say, a store that they're going to purchase. They're too lazy to set up their own stores. So they just wait and they buy stores that are set up. Fine, we take advantage of that. So again, right now, that's 10x your last take-home net income of the month before. So if that's 15,000, that'd be 115 times 10, 150,000. So it's pretty neat being able to go from, say, you're at 0 right now. You're probably working somewhere. If not, no big deal. But in 3 months, you're going to be able to hit 15,000 take-home net pay after all taxes, everything's been taken out. So over a year, that's 180,000 plus 150 if you sell it, $330,000. Nice. And again, remember, keep in mind that once you set up your first store, second store, third store, or fourth store, if you go that way like I do, that takes maybe 2-3 hours more a week. That's it. So get the first store down is the ramp up part of, say, even get the Google ads. That's actually the hardest part. So everything needs to be learned. It's not enough just to teach you how to do the outside of Shopify, because you're going to miss how to do this niche picking, this, picking your products as you want them, and then seeing how the back end works, how they do it, how my people do it, and then interacting with them so it can be made just how you want it. But then also, module 5, I come back and do the suppliers showing you how that's found. And all the way along this, of course, AI is going to be doing their thing, and I'm going to show you the difference on that. So module 6 in Merchant Center and Google Ads, you'll just have to be spending some time on that even after the course, learning how that works. And of course, you can't really be doing that until you have supplier and your own product set up. So the sooner you can get that LLC set up, your business, all that stuff set up, the sooner you're going to be able to attract suppliers that we're going to target or use the ones I am providing to you. I'm providing probably around 600 to you. So you can either use some of them or you can use your own that we find. And hopefully you use your own, but if not, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you to do this. So what we're doing again, module 3, they're doing this. Module 4, I come along and do that. And I put down here notes. That's really just for them and for you. Anything they put down there, you'll get a copy of it. I doubt they'll put anything down because they'll just be following step 1, step 2, step 3, and go like that. Okay. I'll talk to you all very soon, and good luck with having them work with you. It's Greg Newsom.